Bum ba ba ba. Bum ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Learning with Miss Ward. I know you guys love that intro. I know some of you guys think that's cringy. There's nothing you could do. Anyways, learning with Miss Ward. All right. So, station one, math properties. So, guys, please watch this video before going through station one. And it's not just a please, it's a have to. All right, so previous learning. You guys completed this foldable last week with the commutative property, associative property, distributive property, inverse property, and identity property using Speak Agent. So now we're going to go into a little bit deeper. So commutative property. As you see here, with the commutative property, we have dad commutes to and from work by train. So commutative property is really easy to identify. And here's why. Normally, all it is if we're adding, you would do two numbers like 2 plus 3, and you get 5. Another way is that you can just reverse it by doing 3 plus 2 is going to be 5. There's no other way around it. All right. Now, when it comes to multiplication, it's the same thing as you see right here. Okay? It doesn't matter the order. Doesn't matter order. So say I did 2 times 6. That's going to get me 12. Guess what? If I do 6 times 2, even though it's a different order, it's going to be 12. So anywhere you write it, guys. So for example, if you see something like 5 plus 3 or 3 plus 5. The reason why they can be equivalent, quick, what does equivalent mean? Nice, okay, good. The reason why they can be equivalent is because no matter the order, you get the same value. 5 plus 3 is 8, and 3 plus 5, you guessed it, is 8. Nice. All right, so now the associative property. It's basically like the commutative property, but it's talking about associate because now there's more than one number here. So if you see 2 numbers for commutative property, 2 numbers is commutative property. If you see 3 in different orders, it's associate. So once again, for adding, it would be the 3 numbers and they're going to equal each other. So as you see, 6 plus parentheses 7 plus 3 equals 16. And they just reverse the order. So another example would be, we can group together 1 plus 3 plus 2. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And the same thing happens if we were to do in these parentheses 2 plus 3 and put the 1 by itself. You're still going to get 6. The difference is, remember, Associative is when you're seeing the groupings of 3 or more numbers, all right? Where with commutative property is when you're seeing only 2, okay? So the same thing for multiplication, okay? I feel like you guys got this. So once again, grouping 3 numbers, 2 times 4, for example, which we know is 8, and we multiply to 3, you're going to get 24. All right. And the same thing if we were to regroup this as 2 times 3, parentheses, times 4. You're going to get 24. Or you could have done 4 times 3, parentheses, times 2. You're still going to get 24. All right, so the identity property. Identity property is real simple, guys. I just wanted you to see this. Identity property is simply for addition, it's adding 0, and for multiplication, it's 1. So anytime, anytime you see a number that's added to 0, like 0 plus 100.25, the answer is going to be that number. That's why it's called identity. Think about the fingerprints reveal the identity thief, right? Like you're going to see your reflection through the mirror, right? So it's going to give you the exact same number back. The same thing if we were to multiply 1 to 125. Same thing, you're going to get 125 hundredths back. It's always going to give you itself. All right, so last but not least, guys, we have the inverse property. As you see, we're focusing on these 4. There will be another station for the distributive property. All right, so inverse property, let's look at these things. We have tall versus short, old versus young, cold versus hot. All right, so if you see that, what do you guys think these are? You guessed it, they're opposites. They're all examples of opposites. And when you think inverse, I want you to think opposites. So let's keep going. So the inverse property. Oops, sorry guys. So I want you to think opposite. That is what inverse is. So we have the 4 operations in math. Quick, what are the 4 operations in math? Okay, I see you guys. I see you. All right, so you got the 4 operations. So we have adding, the inverse or the opposite would be subtraction. Multiplication, the inverse or the opposite would be division. Good. That's pretty simple, guys. You guys got this. Don't overthink it. It's literally that easy. Math tends to be that way. All right, guys. So literally, that's it. It's your turn. Practice identifying the properties and varying expressions. Good luck. You got this. Talk to you later. Goodbye.